This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. Today we're going to make a Chinese chicken noodle soup using these sweet potato noodles. So a lot of my viewers ask me, how do you cook different kind of noodles? Well, bottom line is you got to try it, and sometimes the results are pretty disastrous. I just cooked these already using the Instant Pots, but when I tried to do this last time, the noodles came out really soggy. So today I'm going to try a different approach. So we'll get it right for sure this time. So stay with me. I'll show you how to make a fantastic, tasty chicken noodle soup using the Instant Pot. So this is the house brand. It's actually a vermicelli. So these are pretty sturdy noodles. So I'm just going to put about 200 grams of noodles here. I used half of it already, and like I said, it didn't turn out very well the first time. So this time I'm going to pre-soak it for half an hour according to instructions. And Chinese custom is don't cut the noodles, so I'm not going to cut it this time, just for fun. See how they look like when they're long. I think I saw another video where somebody was slurping these noodles. I think they're good for slurping, so I hope I can be able to slurp some nice noodles later. So what I'm going to do now is just put the noodles into this tray here, and I'm just going to fill it with water. So we're just going to soak the noodles for about half an hour, just like what the instruction says. And then we're going to use a different technique for using the Instant Pot to cook these noodles. So the first thing I want to do is set it on the saute setting. So you see in the bottom left hand corner, it moves up and down with the wheel. So I just want to set it at the saute so it's flashing. I'll press that. So I'm going to take the lid off. So saute cooking doesn't require the lid. So we got on saute mode. So I have here 3 tablespoons of sliced ginger, 6 whole cloves of garlic, and a whole carrot slice. So the setting has switched to hot. So we're ready to saute the aromatics and also the chicken. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. I have peanut oil here. So they actually advise you to use medium setting, but I like to use a high setting. So just put the carrots, ginger, and garlic in there. And if you don't want to use the Instant Pot for sauteing, you can actually use like a pan. I like to use a carbon steel wok, so you get some good carbon steel char. You know, when you cook in a carbon steel wok, you get that carbon steel flavor. So I like to use a carbon steel wok to sear the aromatics, but I'm just going to use the Instant Pot today. So just move the veggies off to one side right now. So the chicken, I washed it already the night before. I put some salt in it, but we're just going to grill the chicken for a little bit here. You can take off the skin too if you like, but I just left the skin on. I'm just going to put a little more oil there. So just saute the chicken, give it a good sear. So I've got the chicken going right now. So the timer is going off for the time. So I'm going to put 1.5 liters of water in there. So it's going to cover the whole piece of chicken there. So you can see the lid here. The top is where the release button is, so that has to be at the back. So in the front, you turn left to close, turn right to open. So on the so on this model here, it locks by itself. So once you turn it to close, it's locked. Have it set at soup broth. And then I'm just going to set it for 15 minutes. Based on cooking time for bone-in chicken, I think 5 minutes per pound. But I'm making this as a soup. I want to draw more flavor. So I think you can actually do a basic chicken soup in 5 minutes based on Instant Pot. But I'm going to put it 15 minutes. So just let the pressure come down. To open, you go right. So just turn it. Wow, looks good. This is what it looks like in there. I had the noodles soaking for over half an hour, so I'm going to put the noodles in there. So I think this way the noodles will not get soggy. I got a feeling these noodles are kind of chewy. Saute setting again at 10 minutes, temperature high. And make sure you press the start button. If you don't, then it won't start. You'll be waiting here. So I'm gonna get the chicken out now. I feel like just eating the chicken without the soup. So you have the chicken right now. Turn it over. That's a nice piece of chicken. Ooh. That's a nice piece of chicken right there. So by the time I finish tearing up the chicken to pieces, the soup should be pretty well ready. So I got the broth going here. So I'm going to add the chicken, the thigh I took apart. I'm going to put the chicken meat back in. So the noodles only need to be cooked for 5 minutes. So I can actually turn the heat off right now if I want. Because it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to try the noodles right now. Look at these noodles here. They're not as long as the one I had in China, but they're still pretty long. Yeah. And I didn't cut the noodles because Chinese custom, you don't cut the noodles for long life. But I don't generally follow that rule. But for today, I just wanted to see how they turn out without cutting them. And you can see, these are nice noodles. So there you have it. Chicken noodle soup, Chinese style. Enjoy. So last time I pressure cooked the noodles. So these are a little more sturdy this way. Just add it at the end. It's kind of different type of texture. It's like kind of chewy. At the same time, it's kind of like a vermicelli. Has that kind of texture, only it's wide noodles. Lots of flavor. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for your continued support.